So me personally, I absolutely love biotech. I feel like anytime I walk into that class, I walk out with so much more knowledge. And it's just such a nice, fun, and positive environment. Biotech is a pathway that supports a lot of community and teamwork. We are set up in a way that we can collaborate with our team members. So when we tackle a new lab or a new problem, we can all face it together and learn from each other.
The main thing that you'll see is that these pre-readiness programs will get you ready to get into some of these labs in the future. So for example, the main companies that are working, such as Pfizer, Moderna, those vaccine companies, all of them have biotechnology R&D departments. And these lab skills that you're learning within the biotech pathway, they're essentially just preparing you to be able to work in these lab environments. Like, if you want to do biotech, you can be a doctor or you could go to do R&D, but you can also do biomedical engineering. There's so many different career paths that you can go on. It's like a fork in the road, but there's like 100 forks that you can go. The biotech pathway at Newark Charter is an extraordinary experience. I mean, from starting off with basic lab skills at freshman year to going into advanced techniques such as Western blotting, Southern blotting in the sophomore and junior years, I think that for students, it's a wonderful option to be able to choose to do lab skills as well as career readiness.
Typically, when a person doesn't understand the protocol or when there's a question, there's a lot of other people that are willing to jump in and help out.
In biotech, we learn a lot of different laboratory skills, the main one being pipetting, and this really ensures that we don't cross-contaminate when we're doing our experiments. In one of our experiments, we conducted a forensics lab, so we took different DNA samples and we saw which one matched the crime scene using gel electrophoresis, and this really helped to get a basic knowledge of forensics and how it can be applied to real world settings.
As a biotech 3 student and my final year, I can look back and see that I've learned so much from the biotechnology pathway. My love for science and biology has grown immensely as we've delved deep into all of these different subjects. And my techniques such as pipetting and electrophoresis, working with all of these tools, have made me learn so much more about biotechnology.
And I mean, in terms of just support and the environment that you're in, those labs, and then also those extracurriculars that come from it, the opportunities and HOSA, it's just a wonderful experience that I think that students should definitely not glance over choosing their pathway.
The marketing pathway at Newark Charter offers a comprehensive curriculum designed to provide us with foundational knowledge and skills in marketing, advertising, sales, and business management.
My marketing experience has been one that I have enjoyed thoroughly because it has given me a clear and hands-on way of experiencing what it is truly like to go to work as a marketing manager, entrepreneur, and other fields pertaining to the business field. In marketing, you really get to show your creativity as everyone approaches prompts and problems differently through advertising. In this pathway, you learn how to think, critically, advertise correctly through video, email, and physical forms, upon various other essential skills needed for a successful marketer in the real world.
Over the course of the 3 years that I've been enrolled in this pathway, we've gone through the principles of marketing, consumer behavior, market research, branding promotion, and this year, the final year, the exploration of entrepreneurship. The third and final year allows creative freedom for students amongst the exploration of business planning, financial management, budgeting, risk assessment, and legal considerations. We were given the opportunity to create our own business while learning the true value of teamwork, innovation, creativity, and problem-solving skills.
Through the pathway, you are able to do extensive research on the demographics and characteristics of different people and get to understand how various groups view different ads and how to tailor them specifically towards your target audience. These are overall necessary skills for your junior year project, where you will have to look at different issues in the world and try to rectify and change them through a product that you will create. This project also allows you to understand the collaborative elements of marketing, as each member of your group will work together to create a functioning work office that delves into the different aspects of marketing, such as the financiers, the advertisers, and the leaders.
This project offers an opportunity to see the potential of how digital marketing is booming. Overall, marketing plays such an important role in driving business growth, building brand awareness and loyalty, and creating value for both consumers and businesses.
In the computer science pathway, there are 3 years worth of courses. The first one is Exploring Computer Science, the second one is AP Computer Science Principles, and the third and final one is AP Computer Science A. In Exploring Computer Science, there is HTML and CSS that is learned, which deals with web design. And there is also different robotics, so we can make robots and code robots to do simple tasks. In AP Computer Science Principles, it is an AP course, and that year you mainly learn JavaScript, which deals with app design and how user interface works. And then for AP Computer Science A is where you learn Java, which is a coding language that deals with behaviorisms of it's an object-oriented programming language. And throughout the year, you also review a little bit of HTML for different projects that you can work on. Throughout the pathway, there are different certification exams that are able to be taken. There are a wide variety. There's anywhere from exploring computer science to Java programming to website building and user interface design. As a computer science pathway student, you are able to enter into student organizations at NCS, which are Business Professionals of America, or BPA, and Technology Student Association, or TSA. Oh yeah, you're in this pathway, but you can explore other interests around it. So I made a board game before, and I've also have made a video game for my TSA.
My overall experience of the engineering pathway at Newark Charter has been overwhelmingly positive. I mean, not only did it help me choose my career path when I really only had a vague idea of what I wanted to do, it also provided me with so many opportunities to better myself and strengthen my own interpersonal and academic skills. If I could only pick 3 words to describe the engineering pathway on a whole, I would choose rigorous, collaborative, and rewarding. The environment that you're put into is certainly unlike anything, at least I have ever faced. But rather than making the class seem overly challenging, I would actually say that the rigor that you face with every assignment or project gives you the momentum to keep going. At first, it may seem really difficult to keep up, but eventually you find yourself rolling with the punches and finding new ways to overcome the obstacles in your work. And it really helps that the class sort of creates a community of peers, because you can lean on each other and work together to complete a common goal. Ultimately, this creates such a strong student-class dynamic that by the time you're a 3rd year like me, the class is nothing if not rewarding. One of the things I really love about the class is that it has so much practical work, which is great for me as a hands-on learner. The structure of the class differentiates depending on what year you're in, but in a general sense, a regular class may consist of taking some informative notes and then being given a situation where you have to apply what you've learned.
Personally, I really grew to enjoy this approach to the subject, mostly because having an outlet to directly apply what you've learned really helps you to understand the topics that you're learning on a deeper level than just rote memorization or reading from a textbook. When I first joined Newark Charter as a freshman, I can say that I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into when I selected engineering as my pathway choice, which is why I'm honored and glad to have been chosen to speak on behalf of my fellow engineering students. So that now, as a junior, I can let others know just how great of a pathway it really is.
Global is really a good opportunity for you to see the world through different perspectives. The people themselves are the lessons that we learn, because you get to talk to a bunch of different people and have debates with people who have different opinions and different backgrounds than you do, but it's always a learning experience, and you're always going to learn something new when you walk through those doors.
The global pathway is a perfect environment to foster really important life skills like communication, open-mindedness, active listening, and lots more. One of these opportunities included a local leadership conference in Maryland, where I was able to talk to different leaders and foster my own leadership skills, as well as work in collaborative groups to solve different issues in our community. The global pathway teaches you great communication skills that you can use in school, at work, or just in your everyday life. We also talked about a lot of real-world topics and issues that kind of just open your eyes up to what's going on and how things can be solved. We did a project called Girl Rising, where we learned about a lot of different girls around the world who were struggling to get their education and their humanitarian issues. We worked to recognize those issues and how the world could solve them. Additionally, through our global capstone, we were able to reach out to Representative Sylvia Phillips, who informed us of many struggles that are in our community, including homelessness and the lack of rights for those individuals. This is just one of the ways that we can collaboratively solve the world's issues.
Global is really just a great opportunity to get a sense of the world, and you start to understand yourself through understanding other people.